Is Commissioner Randall on?
Not yet.
I know he's coming. He might just be back to back.
Period. Okay. We have all our commissioners here. We are streaming on Facebook and YouTube, so I will turn it over to the chairman.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the meeting of the Administrative Operation Committee of the Public Building Commission of Chicago, being held today, May 12, 2021 at 1:30 p.m. Due to COVID-19, an in-person meeting is not prudent or practical. Today's meeting is being conducted by video conference and is being live streamed on the PBC's YouTube and Facebook accounts. You can access this information on the agency's website at pbcchicago.com. Director Sanchez, please call the roll.
Rena, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Maldonado. Good afternoon, commissioners. I hope everyone's having a great day. I wanted to thank you for participating in our virtual AO committee meeting. I want to provide a reminder that as we begin our meeting to please keep your microphones muted when you are not speaking. But for right now, don't make the mistake I just did and make sure you unmute your microphone as I call the roll. Chairman Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Commissioner Camargo.
Here.
Chairman Maldonado, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Director Sanchez. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the March 10, 2021 committee meeting. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion approved. Next item on the agenda is public participation in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. Registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comment and will join the meeting remotely.
We have no registered speakers.
Thank you, Lori.
Mhm.
Next item on the agenda is report by Executive Director Karina Sanchez.
Thank you again, Chairman Maldonado. The PBC invited 25 Class A general contractors to bid on the contract for the Belmont Cragen Elementary School project located at 6112 West Fullerton Avenue. The project includes construction of a new 3-story school and gymnasium facility linked to the Reese Park Fieldhouse, along with site development and renovations to the fieldhouse. A new multi-purpose cafeteria, gymnasium, and auditorium wing will be built to serve both the new elementary school and existing Chicago Park District programming and events. We hosted a virtual pre-bid and technical review meeting where subcontractors and suppliers were invited to attend to network with the pre-qualified contractors who were interested in bidding on the project. 5 bids were received earlier today, and we are working towards a recommendation for our Tuesday, May 18th board meeting. That concludes my report.
Move to accept the report.
Is there
Second.
a second? Report's accepted. Next item on the agenda is report by Chief of Staff Lori Lipson.
Good afternoon. I have
Good afternoon.
11 reports today, so please bear with me and stop me at any time if you have any questions. The first report I have today are for task orders awarded to specialty consultants. You will find them under D1. We have 2 this month, and they're for the Lozano Branch Library renovation feasibility project that we worked on for environmental rental demo services. to EDI, which is an MBE WBE firm, in the amount of $20,119.20. Our second specialty is for traffic studies for Sauganash Elementary School Annex. We are in the midst of working on our second annex for this project. And it is for Premier Engineering, which is a WBE firm, in the amount of $23,910. My next report is a status on task orders that have already been approved. The AOR and EORs have been approved by our board previously, and we're reporting back on progress. Our first project is for the Brooks College Prep tour repair. It is for AOR services for architectural landscape, civil engineering, and MEP engineering services. This is for Brook Architecture, which is an MBE WBE firm, in the amount of $27,441. My next AOR I want to report on is for Moody Nolan, who was a part of the McDade Classical Annex project, and it is for AOR services for a playground option that provides the architectural landscape and civil engineering services for that project. I also wanted to update you as we move forward for our projects from 2019. I have a construction manager report that updates on all the GMPs. And so I have 4 to update you on this month. In your packet in D3, you will see Rogers Elementary School, which is a Henry Brothers project. The new GMP, which is Amendment 2, is $16,879,926. Next, we have Waters Elementary School for Gilbane in the amount of $24,632,390. One that you might look at is the George Henry Corliss High School, again till Gilbane. As you can see, as we move forward through the GMPs, as we're closing in and finishing out all of our punch list items, the GMP has gone down to $16,209,072. So as we continue to see these amendments, you'll see the numbers get closer together. And the last one I would like to report is for the Locke Elementary School to Berglund in the amount of $24,160,000. And again, this is within our project authority that we went to our board previously. I promise to come back with all the amendments to keep you up to date. My fourth report is similar to the construction management report, but it's for the design build projects that we have, which are 2. We have Hancock Replacement School, which is a KRM Keith Miller all joint venture project, and that amendment is for $75,658,605. That total project budget, just as a friendly reminder, was $82 million that the board approved. And the second project was Engine Company 115 that we opened up recently. It was for the Ujamaa Trice joint venture, and that GMP is at $22,345,675. And that total project budget, just as a reminder, was $30 million. So again, we're within all our project budgets as we report to you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So can you explain just the change between the initial GMP and like the first or second amendment? Are there things that are added to the scope? Can you just talk in a little more detail why that changes?
Sure. Our initial GMP typically is the things that we know for sure, and that's at the beginning of the project. So we know there's general conditions. We book in the time frame. So at the initial For Hancock, for example, we book in 6 months. We say, you're gonna have this much staff out there, you're gonna have trailers, you're gonna have all these general requirements. And we know so far you bid out, let's say 5 trades. And so we might have your excavation, your demolition, those first trades that are out. When you get to Amendment 1, you have more trades that have been bid out. So you might have almost all of them. So you have your electrical, landscaping. And so the dollar amounts as we move forward, we calculate that. Now, when you get to Amendment 2, we have done reconcile, we have our change orders, and we're really coming down to the last. We are anticipating that we won't have any more changes, of course. But of course, as I say that, a change will happen, but we are anticipating that that's the last. And so that's the progression. We go with our initial assessment. We know we need you to get started. The second one, we know there's trades on board, and we calculate those as the numbers come in, which are actuals. And then at the end, we're making sure our contingencies, allowances, and all those things are playing out. Different than our bids that you see at the end, the change orders, because it's design built. We're trying to reconcile it as it goes.
So there's an expectation from the initial GMP to the first or second amendment. Well, between the initial and the first amendment, there was going to be some significant change in the pricing.
Yes, because the initial GMP usually only has 2 or 3 trades in. Those
Gotcha.
initial trades that go out.
Right.
The second one should have those, let's call them finished trades, and other trades that weren't included in the first.
So I think it's valuable to have that explanation out there and on the record, because I think it is a big change. And your explanation makes perfect sense. But I think it's important people understand that there will be these kinds of changes from initial to first amendments through a design build process.
Thank you. And the same goes for our construction management and risk. As things progress, as the project moves forward, we continue to reconcile the budget. We continue to update our client, and we have the EAC. And so we're continually refining. And so that's why you see the progression. But thank you for asking that question for clarity.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. My 5th report is the most exciting thing, the 5th and 6th report. We have new work from CDOT and AIS. As you recall, you approved that at our last month's board meeting. And so we anticipate getting started with CDOT, that we are going to request that we adopt IDOT's pre-qualification list of their architects, engineers, and professional services. And the reason we're doing that, we have a couple of things in the queue. We have WPA streets, which are the streets that don't have curbs and gutters that'll be forthcoming. We also have bridges and viaduct work that are coming. And we want to make sure, and some shoreline that will be forthcoming. And so we want to make sure that we have a pool that is ready, set to go, and that has done this work and is pre-qualified. IDOT has a strict pre-qualification process on firms that they pre-qualify. They base it on past performance, qualifications. They look at their financials. They do all the things that we would typically do. And we are confident of IDOT's pre-qualification in these specialties. The list that I am requesting that we adopt is a total of 320 firms. They're listed in your packet. Out of the 320, there are 107 MBE and WBE firms. And so we would like to request that we adopt IDOT's pre-qualification pool in order for us to continue great services for our clients, CDOT. My next report is very similar. IDOT also has a pre-qualified pool for their prime construction contractors. They don't call them general contractors. But this is, again, work that IDOT has verified through the same process, making sure they have the equipment, the ability to perform, their past performance, their quality on previous IDOT projects. And this list is updated frequently as well. This is a list of 504 contractors. If you really look at the list, some of them are in Peoria, firms that we would use. The list is more voluminous, again, because it's IDOT. And this list includes a total of 33 MBE and WBE firms that we were asking to adopt. Getting to our other client that you approved the IGA for, you will see a recommendation for architect of record for Engine Company 1. We are working on a list that AIS provided in our IGA. And Engine Company 1 is one of the projects they would want us to work on planning services for in order for them to do the work afterwards with one of their contractors. We are recommending Millhouse Engineering and Construction. They recently worked on one of our same complicated MEP projects at Kenwood, if you recall, and they are an MBE firm. And so we're recommending that on our quick project that we work with Millhouse for Engine Company 1 for AIS. Similarly, we have 3 recommendations to the same firm. We are working for AIS on Persian Road East, Persian Road West, and Persian Road Central. We are recommending Harding Mode joint venture, who recently worked at Corliss, as you can see on our CM report that I mentioned earlier. And they worked on complicated project. This Persian Road East, Central, and West also has some landmark requirements that they are used to doing. And so we're confident that Harding Mode, and Mode is an MBE firm that they joint ventured with. And so we're recommending they be appointed for this project. And that's the 3 of them, Persian Road East, West, and Central. My last report is for 2 projects. One, we have Edwards Elementary School, and this is for STL, which is an MBE firm. And this is for construction administration services associated with the structural rehab of the existing school and the completion of the new annex. It is in the amount of $71,356. And my last report is another project that we're working with AIS on as part of our new work from them. It is to White and Company. They would like us to go and assess the 9th District Police Station. White and Company was the architect of record when we built it. And so we thought the continuation of services, their history with the project would be more conducive for them to do, and they would have all of the documents that we're looking for. And again, to ensure that we have expedient services for our client. I am recommending the amount of $404,560 for this amendment for White and Company for the 9th District Police Station. And that completes 11 reports. If you have any questions, please let me know.
I had one other. The Pershing Road properties, is that the old Board of Ed property, or is that something else?
No, I can tell you the addresses. Pershing Road East is 1769 West Pershing. Pershing Road Center is 1819 West Pershing. Is it the red buildings where CPS used to be? Yeah, so yes,
Yeah.
I'm all working on the side. And the last address is 1869 West Pershing Road.
And what is the plan there? Do you?
The work there anticipated is MEP work, exterior and interior work. I know one of them possibly has elevator modernization, but Ray can go into more details.
Sure, Commissioner. Thank you, Lori. So it is MEP assessments, life cycle assessments, elevator assessments, upgrades, envelope stabilization, programming, and et cetera. So we are also going to probably investigate the current conditions of any ACM that may be throughout the building. AIS has been a great partner. We've already conducted our initial walkthroughs, Commissioner. So the next step, as Lori's recommending here, engage the joint venture that is Harding and Mode and help AIS through that process of a detailed assessment with reports, programming recommendations, so we can take it to the next step.
Right. That's a massive structure. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure.
As we move forward, probably our next AO will be similar. We're trying to make sure that we get ahead of our two clients' capital plans. So you will see a lot of appointments moving forward in order for us to get these jobs up and running. So just please look forward to more detailed reports from me coming up. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lipson. Is there a motion to accept the reports provided by the Chief of Staff?
Move to accept.
Second.
The reports are accepted. The next item on the agenda is report by Chief Development Officer Ray Gitteroff.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Commissioner. My first report is regarding our field order activity report. This period, we had 8 total projects in which we issued field orders. 7 of them were schools. 1 was a non-school project, a municipal project. 8 field orders total, 7 on our schools, and then 1 for our municipal project that is a new South Dome that we're building over on West Grand Avenue. Important to note that we reviewed these proposed change orders with our clients, obtained approval to issue these field orders. Of those 8 field orders, 4 of them exceed our reporting threshold. So if it's okay, I will review those 4 on this phone call. The first is for the Kenwood Academy High School renovation project. It is field order number 14 for an estimated value of $41,255.10. That, in fact, is a request from the school that we reviewed with our partners at CPS to modify the existing shower curtain arrangement, in that we are providing shower curtains in the athletic and locker room showers at the West Athletic Shower, the East Athletic Shower, and the boys and girls locker rooms. We're coordinating that work with the school and our partners at CPS, and we're currently performing that work. Any questions on number 14 for Kenwood? Okay. The next project is for the Locke Elementary renovation project. It is PCO number 15 for an estimated value of $33,000. Again, we've coordinated our effort on this with our client. This is a request from our client to remove and replace the auditorium rigging system and stage curtains. As part of our work at Locke, our construction manager, Berglund, had investigated the existing conditions of that stage curtain. And as you may know, stage curtains are certified and inspected for their rating. It was determined that because of the age and condition, that was not achievable. And in addition to that, as we continue to perform other repairs, we discovered that the rigging system and the stage lighting and so on also were improperly previously installed that needed to be corrected. So this work is also in process, and no issues to report with that as we move forward. The next project is the Waters Elementary School. It is field order number 45R1 that's listed there in your update books. This is to provide a few things happening here with Waters. Primarily, it has to do with upgrading the gas service at that school, installing new infrastructure within the school to accommodate that gas service, and then replace regulators that are within the school. We've coordinated this effort with our partners at CPS, who've been exceptionally patient and cooperative regarding this matter. This has to do with the fact that after our planning and design phase of the work, People's Gas determined that their meter and incoming service collectively weren't compatible with or met the loading requirements of the existing units within the existing school, and with regard to the new units that we installed for the new annex that we built. So we're currently coordinating this with People's Gas as well. Our infrastructure work within the school has been completed. Now it's a matter of pressure testing the existing system, and we recommended to our client that we wait to do that until the summer in case there is an issue that we can resolve without impacting school operations. And so we've agreed that that's the approach on this. And after we negotiate the change order, I'm certain that I'll be back reporting on the status at that point. The next project is our new salt dome replacement facility that Commissioner Maldonado, you're familiar with by now. And that is for PCO, it's PCO number 2. It's for an estimated value of $44,595.76. We are alleging this as an error with our architect of record. In this case, we are adding additional infrastructure, specifically stormwater utility, and we're reconfiguring the specified catch basin, and we're increasing the storm detention capacity. All of this is the result of what we determined to be a lack of coordination specifically related to this infrastructure. Other than that, this project is currently moving at warp speed or ahead of schedule, and no issues to report. That concludes my report on our field order activities. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Gooderoff. Is there a motion to accept the reports provided by the Chief Development Officer?
Move to accept.
Second.
The reports are accepted. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, I did want to report
Yes.
on our change order activities, if that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
I have a mess here with my paperwork. I missed that. Sorry.
I withdraw
Go
my
ahead,
motion.
proceed.
With your permission, may I proceed?
Please do so. Don't mind me.
Okay. No, that's okay. Thank you very much. My next report is regarding our change order activities. There are 8 total projects. 4 of them are school projects. 4 of them are municipal projects. The first change order is for the Lakeview High School renovation project, and for a total change order number 6 for a total credit amount of $50,512.80. And this is related to liquidated damages associated with the EEO goals. The second project is the Sheridan Elementary School Annex project, is change order number 3 for a final credit amount of $92,665.10. This is also related to liquidated damages associated with the hiring goals and requirements. The next school project is the Ebinger Elementary School Annex and Renovation project, change order number 4 for a total credit amount of $123,359.17. These are liquidated damages associated with compliance goals and requirements. The last school project is for the Reed Dunning School. This is change order number 6. The total credit amount is $595,340.99. There are 2 parts to this. The first is the deduction of our unused commission contingency in the credit amount of $103,204.63. The second part to this are the liquidated damages associated with compliance goals and requirements in the credit value of $491,136.36. The sum of those two values is the final credit amount of $595,340.99 for our school projects. Okay. The next is one of our non-school projects. This is the Legler Regional Library Renovation Project. Change order number 1 in the final add amount of $74,047.20. These were for electrical upgrades that were required for the existing for the building's existing emergency lighting systems. The next project is our Columbus Park renovation work. This was part of our Group A facilities. This is change order number 3 in the final credit amount of $35,780.82. And this is for deducting our unused commission contingency. The next change order is for the Austin Hall renovation work, also part of the Group A projects. This is change order number 4. There are 3 parts to this. The first part is for a total add amount of $41,502.30. This is for new pavement and landscaping work at the entrance stairs that match the existing elevations. The second is a credit amount of $4,034.80 to deduct unused site work allowance. And the third part is for a credit amount of $5,353.35 to deduct the unused commission contract contingency. The total value for the change, inclusive of the deductions in addition, is a total addition of $32,114.15. The last project is for our, I apologize, for another Group A project for liquidated damages associated with compliance goals and requirements, change order number 1 for a credit amount of $33,427.66. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report on our change order activities.
No more reports?
I
Don't
have
want
a
to
question.
don't want to cut you short again. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I have a
I'm
question.
sorry. Yes.
So, Ray, on the number of liquidated damages associated with compliance goals and requirements, I guess the one that is the most, the biggest is the KR Miller contract. What's happening there? It looks like minority journey workers and female journey workers seem to be an issue. This one in particular seems bigger than most, obviously. But is there some trend, or is there some larger issue that we need to be concerned about here?
Yeah, I'll let Lori provide some additional details. I think this is one of our larger projects. I don't know that necessarily there's a trend, Commissioner, but I can let Lori speak to some of the details.
Yes, so we did a report because we anticipated the question. We looked back 15 years on KR Miller's progress and performance thus far. KR Miller, just to give you an overall summary, has contract award value for the PBC of about $208 million. And all of the liquidated damages associated with their current projects have totaled $968,000. That includes projects from 2008, Skinner, Coonley, our SIP program. They had 2 projects, Southwest area, Reed Dunning, site prep, and Reed Dunning. Holistically as a whole, I should have done the math. I don't know what 968 divided by 208 million overall. But for this project, it does seem like a large amount. This project, the adjusted contract value is $51 million.
Sure.
Compared to others. For this project, what they did when they bid on the project, as you can see, they bid minority journey workers, for example, at the max, at 70%. And so I think when they bid, they hedged their bets that they would be able to get it. Looking at today's bids, again, this is not a reflection of this particular project, but they have, I think, learned they have not done the max bid credits in order as they move forward. So they're not in this predicament. Also, I think that city residency is a good one to look at as well. They had 47%, they didn't hit 50. And those are calculated at a 0.005 compared to a 0.001. So again, this is not an excuse, but I just wanted to give you a complete picture of their performance as a whole for our liquidated damages. And we are one of, not patting ourselves on the back, but we are one of the agencies that actually assess liquidated damages. They also do work with our other client agencies. And so hopefully that gives you a little perspective on their particular issues for this project. But
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, for every time that a general contractor is awarded a contract, we go over this multiple times. We talk about it in our pre-bid, we talk about it in sneak peek, and these are voluntary goals that they set. The two that aren't voluntary is the city residency and the community hiring, but these are voluntary goals. And I think now with the condition of the market, we will see folks not doing the max because they know the market, some of the market is saturated for some parts, but we saw that this morning in the bids we received.
Got it. Well, I should have started by saying I think you do an excellent job overall with these issues. This one just stood out because it is a bigger number, but I understand. I appreciate your anticipating my question.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to accept the reports provided by the Chief Development Officer?
So moved.
Second.
The reports are accepted. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And second.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank